Alright, good fucking morning. Good fucking morning. 16 hours again. We are going fast. And motherfucker, I feel good. I feel fucking awesome to perform today because I am really invested into the battle, you know? I'm really invested into what we're building, and I feel like I'm actually getting on the right path. It's just a matter of days that we push and we get that out, you know? So straight ahead, what is the strategy for today? What is the plan for today? Basically what we want to do is to get my content back up from the past, so that I also clear my mind from the past content into the previous moment that is happening right now. And what I mean by that, I mean that we need to accomplish the fact that every day is pretty much that I had the footage, because as we know, we fucked up for a bit, and some days are documented, some are not, because of my fucking little pussiness of rejection and for like judgments of other people, but that doesn't matter. But we need to collect all the footage we have. We need to do the prologue series, and we need to start posting about what is happening right now in the present moment, because I don't want a situation where I start to really ascend on the journey and I go through this apprentice phase without recordings, because that's not gonna happen, you know? I'm getting pissed off every day because I figured it out that like most of the time I was going to my job, treating my job, my 9 to 5 as a work, you know, as yesterday. Oh, all I have to do is go to my job, like it matters, you know? Because the truth is, it fucking doesn't. It is like a task that it's just a task, and also the ghost job type shit. So yeah, I would say this is the number one goal, because that's gonna take me a heck of a lot of time. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to complete that in the 16-hour work shift even, because as I said, it's like it is 16 hours of work and me being at the place, but it's not necessarily 16 hours of like my focused super work, because as I said yesterday, there's a lot of time when I'm distracted, when I cannot really work, and it's like disrupting my focus, and I need to come back, then somebody asks me something, then this happens. So this is not really the perfect ghost job I was looking for, but it's fine. I mean, I'm still gonna take advantage of as much time as possible and as much time as I can. But what is very important is that also on Monday we have a meeting with a client, and this is the client I've been like fucking up my relationship in terms of me being a fucking tasks boy every day. And I treat this Monday like oh, no Monday but Tuesday, it doesn't matter, like next week. And I treat this day and this meeting like a time where, well, like a sales call, where I take the frame back and I stop being a fucking kiddo. I actually told that story, I think, one day lately, but I just need to take my frame back and stop being the kiddo who is just doing tasks online for grandpa for free, because that's not how I'm gonna work. My time is super precious right now, and I don't have time for nothing or no one who's gonna waste it, especially in the season that we are right now. Because as I watched one video, there's somebody who said it's very fucking right, that I am at the beginning to cross a bridge, which is very fucking difficult, and the path through that bridge is a path full of traps, full of fucking difficulties, full of people who want to kill me. You know, you can picture this, right? Like that. And therefore, I have no real time to waste. And I need to cross that bridge, and I want to cross that bridge as fast as humanly possible. You know, I need to get back that urgency, because this guy, this sort of client that I have, he's the guy that can give me either a super good testimonial and a perfect killer case study, which is someone I have been looking for fucking long time. He can either give me that, or I don't want to work with him, you know, and I'll find another one who is in potential to give me the killer case study, because now it's really not a single day to waste, because every single day I waste, it's like harder to get out, and it's harder to make it, and that's all I care about for the extreme war season. Also, what I was thinking about, I need to address the dating situation, because that's fucking me up. This is something I think, god damn it, what a fucking speech. This is something I believe nobody really talks about online, and I understand because this is pretty private, but I can talk about it because I don't fucking care. It's the dating situation, because I am feeling severely insecure because of the fact I cannot date women properly, and I'm not good with women. And you know, hear me out, because that's something that most of the red pill people would not fucking tell you, or would never even bring up this topic, because I've been told through the red pill philosophy and through all that gurus to, you know, lock the fuck in and sort of reject women and stop talking to them and become a grinder and, you know, avoid these fucking situations, which led me to basically not having any skill with women at all and being terrible at social situations, which in fact might be the reason with me having a bad pull, or me having a bad fucking social life, therefore a bad dating life also. And this might be the number one reason, my lack of social skills and my lack of the ability to speak to women properly, not especially my looks or my height or anything that I've been bringing out in my head, which was an excuse to that, right? So I would say I want to find a way in September, as this is day 2 of the preparation phase. I want to find a way in September to sort of mix in some days. I'm not saying it has to be every single week, but let's say like once a week, or 2 times, or once a week, or let's say once upon 2 weeks. I do these, what I figure out as strategic approaches days, which I talk to my friends actually on the phone, which would be the days we purposefully go out of the house with the one objective, which is approaching as much women as possible. And I don't mean that in a creepy way, of course, but I mean that with practicing really game and this sort of pickup artist skills. Because the funny thing is that yes, I'm not in the maximum of my potential when it comes to looks, when it comes to my transformation, and when it comes to almost everything in my life. I'm in the apprentice phase, right? This is what we're working on right now. But it actually is a good thing when it comes to picking up women, because if I learn how to speak to them so well that I can have chicks right now, and I can be able to pull them with what I have right now, then when I get the success, when I get the transformation, I get the money, and I get this everything that I wanted, it becomes fucking easy to pull them, and the skills of game stays with me, right? fuck, the skills of game stay with me, right? And this is very important, because also I would like to learn the concept, which is fucking for free. I would basically, that's what I picked up from Hamza, I'm not gonna lie. This is a very good concept, and it hit me like a rock, because I cannot really do that. And it's basically a concept when I can fuck for free, which is dating women, and it requires zero money of me, you know? Because first thing, you are for sure, you know for sure that she wants you for you. And also, you get to sort of learn how to pull them without the money, so when you get the money, that skill stays with you, and you will not get fucked by these women, because they are tricky as hell. That's the only thing I know. They can be tricky as hell, right? So in fact, that's how I want to play out this like extreme work season, and this period of me being 19, you know? Because after we graduate sort of the fucking extreme work season, and we go off to have some fun in June or in July, then will be the time for extreme social season, and that will be the time to really double down on going out and parties. And because I believe learning how to party and all of this stuff is also very fucking important to your business, and also to the networks, because that's really how you meet people, and that's really how you develop the skill of meeting people, and you're not that insecure little bastard around people, because people can sense it, you know? I talked to one girl, and she sort of sensed that I'm bad with women. You know, she was respecting that I was trying to learn it, but she was the kind of woman who expected a guy who would provide and who would lead, you know? And if I'm bad with that, then of course I will not be a good candidate for her. And you know, that hurts, that fucking hurts as fuck. But the first step to fix it is to admit to myself that I'm bad at this, right? So this is a thing. Okay, I'm gonna drop out these things and go move my car. So see you in a second. All right, so I parked the car, and basically I'm clocking in for this 16-hour work session. So to sum up all this I was talking about, we need to catch up on the content. This is the main priority today, and also it's very important to meet women, you know? That's a fucking conclusion, I know. It's nothing special, but I want to learn that, and I know that I can skill up in talking to women, and I can make myself better with that, regardless of me being fucking chopped or me being short. That does not matter, right? I'm not in a position when I'm fucking 5'3" and ugly as wood, because I'm looking pretty alright, you know? So I will progress within time, of course, when it comes to my physical appearance, but it still doesn't mean I cannot train my skills without the appearance, because I can. I will not probably get the best results, but that's not what this is about. This is about practicing the game, and practicing really how to fail in the game, because this is already a step when I can force myself, or maybe not force, but really just encourage myself to go and potentially fail, but go anyway, rather than do nothing. Because a lot of men, I think, what they do is they see a cute girl walking down and they do nothing, instead of at least doing something and failing anyway. Because that failure is more valuable, because you went for it. You were not a coward, and you went for it. And what I did with women for a lot of fucking time was making up excuses. Why would I not come up to her, and why would I not say anything, which is basically an act of cowardness. And in the apprentice phase, we don't want to see that, and we want to crush that little bitch inside of me and crush that bitch voice so that we become the best version of myself. All right, clocking in right now. See you after the work shift. Maybe I will be potentially able to show you something, but I think I will not, because I don't want to be kicked out of there. I still have to make a living somehow until I'm still there. So see you after the shift. Alright, finished the 16-hour work session finally, but I'm fucking pissed off, you know. Wait a second, because I need to get out of here. Alright, I'm fucking pissed off, you know, because although I made a lot of progress today and I worked on my things and it was a pretty good day after all, but I started to see a pattern which is pretty irritating to me, and it is in fact the problem with having low standards, you know. I just realized that the days like today should be my bare minimum, bro. Like, the fact that I was such a bitch for such a long time it's really embarrassing, and I don't have really much to say because I feel like my old identity is coming back. And these days that are coming, which is the fucking autumn and winter and the recent events and what's happening in my life and the situation I'm in, is even enhancing this, like, this depressing fucking experience and depressing environment, which I'm not gonna project to you, but I have one core lesson that I want to say from today, is that my big mistake for a particular amount of time lately was treating this shit like it's supposed to be easy, because I was always fine with the fact that my life will be fucking hard. I knew this from the beginning, because I was the bullied kid. I'm the fucking kid with trauma, so I knew my life's gonna be hard. I always knew that, and I don't know why, because of some fucking random job I've got, which is basically minimum wage, but I got this a little bit amount of money. I started moving on with my decision. I sort of lost that frustration that was kept in me, and it wasn't it wasn't the bad kind of frustration. It was like the deep anger that was within me that was contributing me to actions and was really driving me. So I perhaps think I need to come back into that madness a little bit. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be like sort of in distance with most of the people. I don't give a fuck that maybe my relationships will suffer. The only thing I care about throughout this grind winter season that we are preparing for is fucking money, physique, and my looks, and that's all I fucking care about, honestly, because I'm sick of being broke. That's like, I don't even care about physique that much. I'm sick of being broke, and also, and on the other hand, I would not like to be a rich dork. So this extreme work season that we're gonna put ourselves into, I want to break my character. I want to, because I think it's the time to go and push past the limits I was too scared to explore in the past. Because, you know, for my entire life I was basically talking about this grinding shit that I'm locking in and all that bullshit, and all that I was doing was basically dopamine talking around my buddies from school, which were basically doing the same. And you know, I kind of want to tell you that I'm done with that shit. Like, with all this dopamine talking, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this mess. I'm done with the fact that I'm self-sabotaging myself for so many time, but I just want to focus on the work, and I really want to cross that barrier that I was too afraid of. Even if that costs me, let's say, fucking 2 months of recovery after that 9 months of sprint. I don't give a fuck. I want to earn as much as possible of progress throughout that time, and I take three main endeavors that I mainly focus on, with priorities from the least to the most, which is first women and getting fucking out of any social anxiety and getting out of the fucking fear of rejection, because that's gonna help me in business overall and in life. Second is my ascension when it comes to physicality, which is of course physique and looks, this type of shit. And the first, the pioneer of all of that, which is probably gonna help me with the different dimensions, it's money, bro. I cannot explain to you how. You probably know this, because I know I'm not the only one which is suffering in that system. Is pissed off with what he's doing and basically hates his life every single day. I mean, I hate what I'm doing. I don't want to do this, and I'm doing it for way too long. So it's perhaps time to change. And maybe I wasn't so optimistic and I wasn't into changing because that requires discomfort. But since when I became such a fucking bitch? That's what I realized today, and that's what I'm pissed off. And it's good, because I'm gonna turn that into anger, and I'm gonna turn that anger into action, because that's pathetic. Like, the standards I've been giving myself are completely not reminding me of that 15-year-old kid who was having a dream. Where the fuck is this dream? Where the fuck has this dream go left, right? I need to really up the standards, because I just can't. I don't know what to say. I need to up the standards. I need to fucking up the standards. I would repeat that 5 fucking times, because I need to really get that dialed in my brain. I don't give a shit. But from the positives, we did edit a lot of videos. I actually created what is that gonna be? 15 days of content, which is basically like I think close to 6 hours of material, which is basically this raw talking, right? But I don't give a shit about editing right now. I don't have time to be a fantastic editor right now, basically. But this is maybe also not the time. I feel like this journey is gonna be better when it's that raw, not edited kind of live version of events, because this is the most interesting chapter. The apprentice phase is gonna be probably the most important phase of the ascension, because every single phase later I feel like it's gonna be easier, right? You probably don't know what I'm even talking about, but because I didn't do the fucking breakdown. That's also what I'm frustrated. I was talking a big game about this content. I was imagining catching up, doing the work, but that's not doing the work. I did not perform to the level I needed to. I needed to have that fucking videos posted like months ago, like 2 months ago. In June, I was about to post the ascension, breakdown of the apprentice phase, and fucking all in with the journey. And I'm still stuck without any videos posted. How is that even possible? in what realm I contributed to such a fucking failure? You know, that's what's frustrating me, because, you know, and I was like telling myself, oh, it's fine, because, you know, people my age are not even thinking about any of this. Like, fuck that. I'm not comparing myself to the average normie. I never wanted to. I never wanted to be compared to them. I never wanted to be around them. I wanted to be in the next level, right? And I'm not telling that in like intentions to put myself up and put others down. That's not my intention. My intention is to shit on myself because I'm not striking high enough, right? I'm shitting on myself because I'm not striking high enough. And I let my cowardness speak away on my bitch voice. So what I want to accomplish as today is day 2 of the preparation phase. So we need to really figure it out, how to break the character through the extreme off-season. I want to destroy that bitch that is within me. I want to fucking kill him. You know, I want to kill that little insecure fucking boy that is sitting inside of me, because I know he is. And I want to learn how to control him. I want to learn how to control him to the point that he does not rule over me and I get what I want. I don't know if it makes sense. But fine, I'm gonna head back home. That's enough talking. I'll repeat this for one last time. Let's fucking up the standards.